Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the second episode of Radiant. Now, last episode we ended off with a giant demon egg flying from the sky, and it's either is about to hatch or has already hatched, or one of the two. And it's kind of a problem. Seth might not be able to handle it on his own. I would say, considering just like an apprentice sorcerer, he's not even that good. But luckily, we seem to have some other sorcerers randomly show up there to help out, which is good because we'll probably need their help, and maybe, who knows, maybe the townspeople will be actually slightly grateful to the people that saved their lives. Who knows? Maybe I'm expecting too much, though, from these people. So, yeah, they can be a bit insufferable. But let's get into it and see how all that goes. Okay, I was going to actually hit my outro key, but, yeah, it seems fine. Okay, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, Fantasia. Or is it just a giant chicken up there laying eggs randomly? Yeah, so I want to know more about the permanently cursed part. Because they haven't really elaborated on that much. At times, like if you piss them off, like some people, these townsfolk are. Yeah, you can tell which one of those is supposed to be Elma. But yeah, we're gonna see that at the beginning of every episode, aren't we? Still waiting for her to show up because she seems like a very important girl. And whether or not she's likable or insufferable will make a big difference in how enjoyable the show is. A lot of characters. He looks like a bad guy. Yeah. I am definitely curious how the story is going to progress because they're obviously going to travel. So the question is where they go, what they do day to day. Who they travel with. Well, clearly gonna travel with her. But I'm wondering what our core group is gonna be, is basically what I'm trying to say. What the dynamic will be with each other, because those are important things I haven't really got to yet. The courage. True courage, bravery. Oh, Seth. I misread that as she somehow. Uh, which is funny because Seth has a female voice actress, despite being a guy, so. Yeah, so it has hatched, okay. I thought so. Yeah, don't do anything stupid, Tommy boy. Don't get yourself killed. Looks like a trustworthy individual to me. Yeah, real ones, not apprentices. We probably have to deal with introductions later on. Let's just kill the monster first. Yes, that's exactly what I said. Gross. Oh, what they do to him? Wrap him up? I guess that's some kind of joint spell. Stuck the landing. What's a while? Like 5 minutes? Like a traveling circus. Oh. Yeah, you screwed up everything. Maybe you should kick him off the team. Replace him with Seth. Or Tommy Boy. He could learn magic, maybe. If you pay me. He's like dressed like a straight up superhero. Don Bossman. Fitting name, I suppose. Please teach me some magic. Oh. Yeah. I mean, not a very compelling argument to let him join, even if temporarily. I guess it's just that easy. I doubt it. Think it's alright as well. Yeah, Nakama is a pretty common word amongst these type of shows, so you should really know that word. Yeah, these people are face to face with a literal monster, and they still have this much hatred for a kid just trying to help. That's pretty screwed up. I guess there's a curse. Yeah. So then the horns are probably a curse for him. For the kid. So yeah, curses seem to be some sort of demonic looking attribute on their body. I mean, some probably be easier to hide than others. Ooh, Seth can do that. Seth could totally do that. Yeah, do it, Seth. You got this. You could be bait just fine. Just don't get killed. Okay, looks like grammar's not a strong suit. Yes. Lesson some characters had to learn the hard way, like Yang, for instance. Alright, 5 minutes up already. Well, you probably should. He is the protagonist, so he'll probably become pretty tough at some point. I need an adult. Huh. Yeah, I guess a circle is like a timer. When it disappears, it's out. Wonder how long each segment takes to disappear. It seems like 5 seconds, but... And needs to flex you back, yeah. Oof. Wow, dude, that phrasing could not have been worse. That could not have been worse. But if it makes me better, you're a wonderful decoy. Ah, screen's all blurry. Nice. And yeah, kick him back down. Really good move. I don't think it'll do much damage, but good move. Really, man, this is not the time for that. This is why people call you a reckless kid. In which case, go through the back door. Oof. Well, that didn't work either. There's just too much junk in that trunk. Nice. At least you're not dead. You could just keep running instead of hitting it. For some people, that's easier than others. Yes, be kashkoi. I thought that was a bank. It looked like a bank. The Nemesis are coming. The Nemesis are coming. He's at the door. Of course they go to the bank. They want the money. Yeah, they're bad guys, aren't they? I figured they came here wanting money, but I didn't think they would, like, straight up steal it, pretty much. But it looks like they're taking advantage of the commotion to just make a big haul. That's what it looks like. Which I did have a sneaking suspicion about. Meanwhile, Seth being an actual hero over there. They just wanted him to distract him while they could get all the money. I don't like that blurry effect. I don't like that. It just makes me dizzy. I guess this is what happens when he starts thinking. I think he's gonna break out of it, but still, good job. I wouldn't say that, Seth. I mean, he was in an egg. He didn't have much choice of where he landed. I mean, technically he hasn't killed anyone yet either, so... It's, again, not really his fault. He was just kind of dropped there as a big guy. Yeah, why would it be bad? Just because I chained him up and mocked him and threw rocks at him. That's nothing to be mad about. Made from a tree with blades. Is this, Alma? Yeah, we haven't seen much of her yet, man. Her hair is bigger than the rest of her body. I mean, good God. The world's a big place. Yeah, there's a commotion happening somewhere. I'm gonna go help with that. Sorcerers that showed up aren't gonna help much. Yeah, let's speed up. A little bit late there now. He's already been pretty rash. He was enabled by some sketchy sorcerers and kind of got Kamehameha there near the end, so... Yeah, that would have been bad. Still feel a little bit bad for the Nemesis, though. Because he just got shot there, you know, landed there against his will, and then just got attacked by people and just trying to defend himself. Not that I blame, you know, people for attacking him, but still. It's very unfortunate for everyone involved. But yeah, they're going full bank robber now. Yes, that was the plan. Well, a lot of evil people call themselves some form of justice, so And you guys treat sorcerers bad, so I don't have much sympathy for you guys. Man, it's been a rough day for Tommy boy. How about we don't? Well, hopefully this doesn't work out too well for you. Hopefully karma gets you. That... No, that's Seth. Yeah. Well, his image of you is going to be shattered. I bet he was. We should at least share some of the money with him. Not that he would take it, because he's a good person protagonist, but you should at least offer some money to him for doing his part. Well, we also want to profit, though. Much more accurate, I suppose. Yes, he was just telling you what you wanted to hear. Not wrong about that. Yeah, you were completely manipulated. Yeah, you pretty much told him everything he needed to know about you as a person with that. But he's just that naive, so... I mean, if these are the kind of people we're defending, I wouldn't want to help them either. I know, right? I agree with him on that much. I really can't blame sorcerers for going bad if they're treated like this. Yes. Yes. Really hard to have sympathy for these people. You should still share the money with Seth, so... Answer the question, Seth, because I'm also curious what the answer is. I'm sure he does. He's been treated very poorly by these people. Even as he was trying to save them, still treated poorly by them. Still a crime, though. It is still a crime. Well, at least they offered him some money. I don't know what percentage that is of the overall haul, but... Oh! Pfft. Nice. Uh, they were not wrong, though. Man, he just... Especially you. You are especially pathetic. Well, that did not work out well. But yeah, it's not a very good counter-argument, Seth. I'm just saying. When you resort to punching someone when they ask you a question, that kind of tells them you don't have an answer for it. I'm just saying. They told you their perspective and their opinion on the matter, and instead of responding, you just punched them, so... Exactly. He knows there's truth to what he said, but doesn't want to accept it, is what it comes down to. That doesn't make it okay to steal, of course, I'm just saying they're not wrong. Yeah, I was waiting for him to come back out. Well, yeah, I mean, you think they're gonna help you guys? Nobody likes you guys. Wow. It's always weird seeing normies and official subs, but... I mean, basically what he said is normal humans, so... I can't say it's a wrong translation or anything, but... No, you're not. Seth and or Elmo's gonna help you. Thing really is creepy. And apparently has enough energy for another shot. Yeah, if they don't do something, they're going to die. Yeah, come on, Seth. They deserve to die, but still, you can't let them die just because of that. I mean, Tommy doesn't deserve to die, so at the very least, save Tommy. Looked really cool because of the energy backdrop. Just punch him right in his energy gathering spot. Yes. Yes. But he didn't die, if that's what you're implying. Yeah. Of course. That's pretty impressive. I mean, the bank is like gone, but he's good at blocking it though. To be continued. Yeah, he's not great with spells, but clearly he can take a hit. Still have not got the new girl though. I'm a little bit salty about that. When and how does she show up? I mean, you can tell she's important. She's sitting there right with the main character on the blimp. And all the characters we see in the open and the ED, are they going to show up in the anime? Because, like, it's not that long of an anime, and yet there's a lot of characters. Obviously, the manga is pretty far along, but the anime is only like, supposed to be like at 20 episodes or so. Yeah, you can tell that's the one guy because of the bad wings out of his head. And they make it to the maid cafe and have themselves a drink. I mean, there'll always be fighting, just... We'll be brave again next week. And the guy even messes it up there. So, yeah, that was the second episode of Radiant. And this episode, it was revealed that the Bravery Quartet were actually, evil. They're not all that brave after all. They're more of the Cowardly Quartet would probably be a better way to describe them. But yeah, Seth is obviously very much eager to prove himself. So he ended up saying a lot of stuff to the leader of the Bravery Quartet, and that made it very easy to manipulate him because he's a child that revealed all of his motivations and stuff right to him like that. So yeah, you could easily just tell him what he wants to hear to make him do what you want. Not that hard. And he became an excellent decoy as a result. Now, while he was doing that, they made their way over to the bank because that's the reason why they were there. They wanted to get the money. Which I'll get into that later. For now, we're dealing with Seth. We're dealing with being a decoy, keeping the nemesis distracted. And he was having some difficulty actually getting some real blows in there, just getting bounced back away and stuff. It was not doing a lot of damage, so he eventually used what little intelligence he has to get him all tripped up and wrapped up in the chains and detained. Of course, he broke that eventually as well, but for a while he was dealt with, so that's good. And then we transitioned over to the bank, where it was revealed that the quartet is evil, and they just wanted the money. And they tied up people, very much a typical bank robbery scenario there. And they got the money and they were going to leave. However, you did have Seth show up before they could leave, and he wanted to know what was going on there because he's a very naive child. He was very, because his image of them was shattered, because he has a very simplistic view of sorcerers. They're the good guys. They're supposed to protect normal people against the evil nemesis. That's just how the world works, and you do that regardless of, how humans treat you. And they had a very different opinion on this matter. Their attitude was they treat us poorly, they only want us when they need us, and when they don't need us anymore, they treat us like garbage again. And why should we protect people like that? For what reason? And then they go from that as a justification for robbing them. I don't think you really can make the conclusion. There's kind of a big gap between I shouldn't have to help these ungrateful assholes to it's okay to steal from them. It doesn't quite work that way. So, you can't really all paint that all together. Those are two very separate issues. But I don't blame them at all for not wanting to help out people as sorcerers. However, that doesn't make it okay to steal from them, is kind of my point. But yeah, they were kind of having this argument, philosophical debate, I guess, with Seth about that subject, about what sorcerers should and shouldn't do, and all that stuff. And Seth's rebuttal was to just punch him in the face. So yeah, you could see how much of a counter-argument he had to his points. But there really isn't much counter-argument to their points about the whole protecting people. Because in my opinion, you shouldn't protect people that don't appreciate you at all and treat you like that. I wouldn't protect them personally. But Seth doesn't agree with that. Seth takes it a different way. Instead of the whole, they don't appreciate me, I'm not going to help them, which is, you could look at that as kind of a giving up stance. He looks at it a bit more of the way a naive child might be, and that is, well, if I keep protecting them, I show them how earnest I am and how good of a person I am, eventually I'll get through to them and they'll understand how good we are and they'll respect us and like us and appreciate us. So definitely a different, much more naive position, but this is an anime where that sort of thing is technically possible, but their position is much more realistic. And you get to see those two conflicting ideologies between those criminals and this small child. But the point is, Seth is fighting for what he believes in, and I do respect that, even though I'm more with the criminals and their opinion on the whole sorcerer thing. Again, I do want to stress that I'm not saying it's okay to rob the people. That's not okay. Those are two different issues, but I'm just saying with the whole philosophical debate on sorcerers and their position in this world, I'm kind of more with them than I am with Seth right now, considering how much I've had to see these people mistreating sorcerers. But yeah, Seth is definitely not the most powerful kid ever, but it seems like he has some sort of potential there because he was able to block a very powerful energy blast, a blast that he himself admitted he would die if he got hit by directly, and yet he's standing there and blocking it pretty effectively. I mean, a lot of the building was just kind of destroyed around them, but nobody has died yet, so, Tommy's done nothing wrong, so really do not want Tommy to die. Everybody else in that bank could die for all I care, but not Tommy. Tommy's cool. So yeah, hopefully we're able to defend everyone and save the village from the evil nemesis, I guess, is a takeaway, but it won't be too sad if anyone that's not Tommy ends up dying, is kind of what I'm trying to say there. But yeah, Alma apparently is on her way back. She probably won't be back in time to really do anything. It'll probably be all over by the time she gets back. But that's kind of where we're at right now. I wonder if Seth's actions will change the quartet's attitude at all. Maybe it will. At the very least, they're impressed about how strong Seth seems to be. But I don't know what will happen beyond that. Again, I'm curious whether one girl will show up. I do hope she shows up soon. That's just the thing I'm hoping for, really. But yeah, pretty solid episode for the most part. I definitely did not see that coming. The plot twist with the quartet being evil, definitely really interesting plot twist. It is great to see that alternate perspective, because all we've gotten so far from sorcerers, as far as their attitude towards people goes, has been more of the positive stuff with Seth, or the just kind of accepting an attitude of maybe Alma. They have kind of the more negative aspect of it, so it's good that we got characters like them showing up. Maybe giving Seth a bit more perspective, even if it doesn't change his opinion necessarily. But yeah, just nice to see all those different sides of things, a variety of sorcerers. But yeah, episode it was pretty good, I would say. I wish they wouldn't keep cliffhangering us. This seems to be taking forever to actually get through this crisis, but hopefully we can have it resolved next episode. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.